welcome back to my channel. My name is Christine and this is It's Just Christine. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys all the kits I'm going to be using for the month of June. And I know we are technically currently in the middle of June already, but in my memory planner, I am still in the month of March. So definitely this video still applies to me. And I don't know, I really like watching these kinds of videos, so I definitely wanted to still keep doing them even though I am a little bit behind schedule. Anyways, if you guys are interested in this, please stay tuned. So first up, it's for the week of June 2nd to June 8th, and this is technically the week of my parents' wedding anniversary. They got married on June 8th. Sorry, not June 8th, June 6th. And usually for this week, I tend to use colors that was in their motif, like their wedding theme color. And their wedding theme color was purple and pink. Unfortunately, I don't have any purple kits that I purchased. This one technically kind of slipped through my fingers because I usually have a purple kit, purple/pink kit, and unfortunately this did not work out the way I planned it. So I did the next best thing and I went with something a little bit more pinker than usual. And this is the January mystery kit from the plannermonkeyco. Just to give you guys a little bit of a warning, I do have a lot of the plannermonkeyco kits for this month. I think I'm using 3 plannermonkeyco kit out of the 4 weeks. It just happened. The plannermonkeyco always comes out with amazing things, and the fact that it's a Canadian shop, I always like buying from them. And I also subscribe to their monthly kits, so I can't help it but to have a lot of the plannermonkeyco kits. So anyways, that being said, I'm using this the plannermonkeyco kit, which is her January mystery, for the week of June 2nd to the 8th. I feel like I just repeated myself again and again. But this is a very, very pretty kit. And I think it was, well, not that I think, it really does suit like a wedding anniversary because of all the florals in it. Here on the quote box, it says, "Wherever you are planted, bloom with grace." And yeah, it's just a really pretty kit. I have been loving the mystery kits of the plannermonkeyco so far. I've had it since she first started it, and she's been knocking it out of the park every single month. So if you guys ever get a chance to subscribe to her, definitely do so because she always comes out with amazing things. I do have to say, her summer kits are not my favorite, but I am not a summer kit person, so it's just how I am. So anyways, this is in her gold foil, and like I said, I think this is such an amazing kit to use for a wedding anniversary because of all the florals, and I think it's very, very chic as well. I'm just gonna move it around so that you guys can see the very beautiful detail of the foiling. So those are the full boxes. Sorry, yeah, the full boxes, and here is the functional boxes. So since this is a mystery kit, I have the full bundle. So you get the full bundle of the weekly kit, and then you also get the journaling kit and the decos that matches the kit. So you get the deco, the foil sampler, the alcohol ink swatches, and the matching washi tearable paper as well. So here is the functional boxes, and then we have the layering pieces. And then here is the bottom washi. I really love the florals that she uses in the bottom washi. I'm not really a fan of roses. So the fact that these florals doesn't look that rosy, it's very more like, I don't know, peonies, and like they're more like open, I guess. I like these a lot better. So those here is the bottom washi, and then we have the floral decos, and then the deco sheet, which is this card right here. Is definitely one of my favorite deco because it's really pretty. I mean, like, it's very, you know, not very practical, but it's still very pretty. And then you also have the washi trim here on the side, the floral washi trim. And then here is page 1 of the journaling kit. And then here is, well, these are supposed to be page 2. So here is the page 2. I always love the page 2 of the Pretty Pinko's journaling kit. I don't know, there's always something about this page in itself that just makes the whole entire bundle so very beautiful. And then we have the alcohol ink swatches. I might as well just show you guys all that. And then we have the matching foil sampler sheet. So I believe this is the first month that she made the foil sampler smaller, but she, at the same time, she also added the terrible washi pattern, which I think is really, really good because I really like these terrible washi paper. But at the same time, I think she still gives you a lot in the foil sampler. Like, look how much she has in this sheet right here. So that's the 2-page, and then as usual, you also get the bonus of the sidebar, which is also in washi paper. Before, she used to have this in transparent matte, and I definitely really like it a lot better in the washi paper. Okay, so that is the first week of June. And like I said, it's just to celebrate my parents' wedding anniversary. Okay, so up next is for the week of June 9th to the 15th, which is technically the current week that I'm on right now. And this week is Father's Day week. I didn't really have this one planned for this week, but when I realized it was Father's Day, I knew I wanted something a little bit less feminine in color. I wanted it to either be neutral or a color that I like, which is green. And I think green is a very neutral color. Well, to be honest, a lot of colors are very neutral. There really isn't a gender to color, but for myself, I really do find that green is a little bit more of a everyone color rather than like a really bright pink. So I decided to use this for my dad's special day, which is obviously everyone's dad's special day. And so this is Spring Riverside from the Pretty Pinko. This is in her silver foil, as you guys can see. The funny thing is, when she actually released this kit, she had this and I believe 3 others that she released on the same release date. And this one was actually one of the ones that I didn't want to grab when she did the sneak, because I was like, okay, I'm not really gonna be happy with like ducklings. I saw ducklings and I thought farm animals right away. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get that kit. But the funny thing is, when I actually saw all the kits during release day, this was actually the only kit that I was really drawn to. So I decided to grab this instead, and it was the only one that I actually grabbed out of that whole entire like kits that was released. So anyways, like I said, this is the spring Riverside, and then here on the quote box it says adapt adapt the pace of nature, her secret is patience. Sorry, that's a very small like font. I could barely read that. Okay, so here are the full boxes. And I really love this little girl right here. I'm an only child, and I'm a daughter and an only child. So I think this little girl fits perfectly for this spread. And then here is the functional boxes. And then we have the layering pieces. And I really like this kind of like marshland right here. This little scene right here. It's really pretty. And I don't know, it just looks really pretty and nice, especially with all like the lily pads there. I don't know if you guys can see it. So that's that. And then we have the bottom washi, which is another kind of like gorgeous floral print. Very pretty. And then we have the floral sheet. And then I also grabbed this. This is actually the floral washi from the decorative bundle. This is in washi paper. But I really, like I said, I really love the florals that she used in this kit. So I decided to grab it. And it's really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see it, but she has hints of purple throughout the florals, and it, I don't know, it's just making it look even prettier. Okay, and then I also grabbed the alcohol ink swatches, which is just this really nice green and brown color. And then I grabbed the sidebar because I really like the whole vintage effect with the scripts at the back. And then finally I also grabbed the foil sampler sheet, which is in silver as well. I really like this scene. It's so gorgeous. I don't know, I need to incorporate this. It's kiss cut. Yeah, it's definitely on its own. And I need to find a way to incorporate that in my spread because that's really pretty. I love that. Okay, so that is for the second week of June, and it is for Father's Day as well. Okay, so for the third week of June, which is from June 16th to the 22nd, I'm using this kit from Sadie Stickers. So this is a kit that I'm not 100% sure I want to use for this specific week, only because this is the first day of summer. Like, I believe the 21st or the 22nd is the first day of summer. And I feel like this kit is a little bit too subdued to be a summer kit. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm keeping this particular kit in this specific week, because it's also my uncle and my cousin's birthday. So the fact that it's the first day of summer, and then we also have two celebrating birthdays, I just feel like this kit is a little bit too muted. But I don't really have another kit that I want. Well, not that I don't want to use, but like, there's not another kit I want. How am I gonna say this? There isn't a kit that I have in stock in my area right now that would represent summer the way I want it represented. So I mean, it's a very pretty kit. This kit is called Poet, and it's in rose gold. See, that's another thing that's kind of giving me a little bit of hesitation. I don't usually use rose gold for a summer kit, and I feel like the warm tone of the rose gold is making it's not making it as vibrant as I want it to be. But the thing is, like, it does have its saving moments where I feel like this is that the day where like the sun is setting, and then it's just that really warm summer day, and then you're just in the field, and then you just see rays of like sunshine peeking through like the forest. And yeah, I think it could work, to be honest, but if there's something that jumps at me and I'm like, oh my god, that is definitely a summer kit, then I most likely might change it. I don't really think June is really like summer. I know it's like the first day of summer, but I feel like July is like really when summer hits Canada. So I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, it's a very pretty kit, and I think it would be sufficient. So here is the full boxes. Here on the quote box says, if you cannot be the poet, be the poem. And then I really love koi fish, so that is the reason why I grabbed this kit. And I really love like all the koi that's in this kit. I'm not gonna talk about what I don't like about this kit, because I think I did way too much talking when I did the haul for this kit. So let's just focus on the positivity and forget about the negativity. So here again is the full boxes, and then we have the functional boxes. Like I said, it's a little bit too muted for me for summer, but we'll see, because like you still get like the orange and then the pink. They're just not as bold as I want it to be, but still very pretty colorway. And then here is the layering pieces. I really love this kind of like torn strip with the newspaper and the florals. That's really pretty. And then here is the bottom washi, which I really love. Like if you guys can see the giant koi fish at the background, it's so pretty. What I would have really loved is if Alicia put the lily pads more so on the bigger strip of washi rather than the narrow one, and then just put it all throughout the bottom one. I think it would have looked really pretty. And then we have the deco sheet, which is really pretty as well. I really love this sheet actually. I like the lily pad. I really would have wanted her to use the lily flower instead of like the roses, but it is what it is, because like look how pretty that flower is. Doesn't that look pretty? Water lilies are gorgeous to look at. And then we have the floral deco, which I grabbed in washi paper. To be honest, the reason why I did that is because I really wanted this piece right here to be washi paper, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put it on the date cover area, and that's the reason why I did that. And then we have the alcohol ink swatches, which is also in washi paper. And then finally I grabbed the matching foil sampler, also in rose gold. And I really love these dragonflies. I wish I would have bought like a separate sheet for the dragonflies, because I really love dragonflies. I think they're so, I don't know, I think they're so magical. Okay, so that is everything in the Poet kit. And like I said, this is the one where I'm kind of like, if I find something I love more, then I'm probably going to change this one. But as of right now, I haven't really bought a lot of new kits for the summer, so we'll see. And then last but not least is the last week of June, which is from June 23rd to the 29th. And I'm using this March Mystery Kit from the Pretty Pink Co. And I decided to use this kit because one, it's my mother-in-law's birthday on the 24th, and it's also my niece's first birthday also on the 24th. So it's kind of like a double celebration, and I thought this would have been such a cute kit for my little niece. Like I said, she's turning 1, and this is in rose gold. It's funny because I told you guys that I don't really use rose gold for summer, and to be honest, I don't usually, but I feel like this summer I've expanded my foil range. I am going to be using a lot of like rose gold in my summer, and I'm looking at my lineup and I'm like, wow, I'm actually really embracing the rose gold this year. So anyways, like I said, this is the March Mystery, and I decided to use this because of my little niece's first birthday. I just wanted something magical. And guys, if you guys have not seen this, this is, you can't get any more magical than this kit right here. Because like, look at that waterfall. Look at that like butterfly with the water. I mean, like, technically if there's butterflies in the water, it most likely would not be survivable, but it's still very pretty. Here on the quote box it says, "You are made of magic and stardust," and that's my little niece. She's definitely made out of magic and stardust. She has this big huge eyes, and then when she just stares at you, she just looks like she's in awe of everything. Oh, she's such an adorable kid. So anyways, here is the full boxes, and then we have the functional boxes. I really love the colorway as well. I really love the pastel color. I think it suits like birthday for like a little girl. And then here is the layering pieces, and look at this really pretty picture right here. So nice. And then the decos are also very, very pretty. I love this kit, guys. Like, look how pretty this bottom washi is, and the fact that you have that stardust and then the trace foiling as well. Oh, it's so gorgeous. It's so much prettier in person. And then here is the floral deco, and then we have the deco page, which is really pretty. Like, look at that sky right there. Isn't that beautiful? And then we have the journaling deco page 1. And then guys, look at this. I'm telling you, there is something so amazing about journaling deco page 2. It's just so gorgeous. Like, I cannot. Even the horses, I'm not like very partial to horses, but like, if this was Pegasus, I would be like totally in love. And then like, sure, pathway, but like, hello, like, who would not want to have a glowing pathway? I mean, it looks like it's glass, and probably it's like slippery as hell, but still very pretty. And then here is the alcohol ink swatches. Her alcohol ink swatches is in transparent matte, which is, I think she should move it to washi. I think it would look so much better. And then I have the foil sampler sheet, which has all these beautiful clouds. And then I do have the tearable paper, but I kind of used it already, but that's fine. I already have a lot of things to work with, and I really technically don't need it. And then finally the sidebar. So this sidebar is still in her transparent matte, but like, look how pretty this is. I don't think I'm even gonna cover this up with anything. I'm just gonna use it as is because it's just so darn gorgeous. If you're not in love with this, I don't know what you guys would love, because this is like pretty. So anyways, that is my kit for the 23rd to the 29th, and like I said, it's my mother-in-law's and my niece's birthday, and I am like very in love with this kit. So that is everything that I'm using for the month of June. June is definitely one of those months where like we are transitioning from like colder weather to like warmer weather, and I think it's about time here in Canada, because I feel like the cold just stuck around for way too long. Yeah, so that, like I said, that's everything that I have for June. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you so much. Bye.